Hey y'all, this is Lydia. First and foremost, if you're feeling tired or lethargic or you feel like you need to rest, I highly recommend that you honor that if you can. We have 6 planets retrograde right now, and according to the Leo King, that's very rare. And so the energy is very introspective. It's very reviewing. There isn't a whole lot new under the sun during a heavy retrograde season like this. So I highly recommend one, focusing on what you've already committed to before the retrograde season started. So spring or things in even into the summer a little bit. Things that you decided that you were going to focus on and commit to. Stay the course on those things and be wary of things just coming left field that are really random that you haven't had any foreshadowing for up until this point. And this includes people coming in, like if it's someone coming in making promises or seems like a whole new beginning, but they are brand spanking new, you've never met them before. I mean, go for it by all means if you feel called to, but it might not have any staying power, just as a warning. I'm going to pull from the Wild Unknown Archetypes deck, and at the bottom we have the Storm, which I'm feeling heavily. The Storm is sort of equivalent to the Tower card in the tarot. It's about upheaval or sudden dramatic change or things changing really fast. And we have a lot of planets in harsh aspects activating each other, and it's one after the other. And as one breaks away from a transit, another planet comes in, and it's just September, as we get later and later into the month, it gets more and more intense. So also roll with it. I'm getting, don't try to fight the storm. It's more of be the eye in the storm, be the calm in the center energy. And the more people who can be in that energy, the less collective anxiety we'll feel. We could be feeling anxious now. We could be feeling strange energies. Just be mindful that it might not be yours. It might be collective, especially if there's nothing in your life really to warrant the feeling. Perhaps do some protection prayers or, do some energy clearing on a regular basis, at least once a day, just to keep yourself centered. We can all use a bunch of centered people in the world right now. So I'm going to pull a card, which is the Forest. And that's another energy too, feeling a little lost. But it's not so much that we're not supposed to be lost, or it's bad that we're lost, or it's bad that we're feeling this way. There's an emerald on this card too, which I was just doing a meditation, and the emerald is about seeing into unseen realms, seeing past the 3D dimension into the felt dimensions, into the vibrational dimensions, and not being so caught up on basing our decisions and basing our circumstance off of what we're seeing with our physical eyes, but to start seeing with our third eye, to start seeing behind things, to start seeing into things in order to really get to the magic of it, to get to the truth of it, and to get to the heart of it. And the Force is about exploration, it's about curiosity, and it's about actually embracing getting lost. Because even in my own spiritual journey, as I started to get into my own healing and my own understanding of my gifts, my talents, and what I'm here to do, there were moments where it got really trippy, where it was almost like the process of coming into my own involved getting lost. And in order to get into these psychic energies and to be able to feel confident in navigating psychic energies, which all humans are psychic, you have to go into the upside down. You have to go into the weird, boundless, there's nothing to tether yourself to energies, and to come up to the surface every once in a while to reground yourself. But at the same time, you can't really strengthen those skills or strengthen those muscles if you're always in the 3D, and you have to actually embrace getting lost from time to time. And this is about adventure and embracing the light and the shadow together, and being open to experience, and really trusting that all experiences are meant for us. And if we're open to even the challenges, understanding that the challenges are getting us to a better place, then there really isn't any suffering. Let's pull a second card, the Ocean, depth, psychic depths too. And in this deck in particular, she says it's about allowing the waves in the depths to dissolve your ego and you rise up a new being. And dissolving has been a theme lately. It's been coming up. There's this in the other deck that I have from Ken Krantz, the Oil of Vitriol card keeps coming up, which is about purification. And the Oil of Vitriol in alchemy has a tendency to dissolve everything except gold. So it's about dissolving things that are no longer meant for us and perhaps allowing our entireness, our entirety of our who we are to dissolve so that we can rise up a new being. So it could be that this tired energy we're feeling is a dismantling process and this process of dissolving away so that we can come out new. And this newness might not really come into fruition until next year. But the rest of the year, I'm feeling just in general, we're getting into these energies of death to rebirth. We're going into fall, which is things going into the death, and then winter, which is that whole death period. But we're also being reminded too that in this death there is new life. So there's just a lot of changing energies. I'm also just realized today that even just a couple weeks ago felt like a very different realm, a very different dimension. And I'm being called deeper and deeper within myself, mainly through rest. So again, if you're feeling your body is just not wanting to push right now, don't force it if you can afford to. And really embrace these deeper energies. And that's another thing, if we are resisting these energies, we could very well find ourselves in a storm, in upheaval. Uranus will break away what isn't serving us. If we're going down any paths that aren't meant for us, things will definitely pop off. I've been through those circumstances many times in my life where I didn't realize I was going down the wrong road and just felt like everything was happening to me. But it was all these Uranus transits trying to break me out of an old life, out of an old pattern, and an old way of being. So really be open to allowing yourself to dissolve right now, and really be open to being non-attached to a new sense of self emerging. But this can, come into the form of allowing yourself to get lost, allowing yourself to let go of any ledges, and to just kind of flow with things right now and not try to force anything right now. And again, everything's retrograde except for Venus and Mars, and they're squaring each other, pounding Pluto. So, be patient, and definitely don't, if things aren't working out, don't try to force fit them. Listen to what the energies are telling you, and don't be so caught up in your idea of how things should play out or what you're seeing and your judgments of that, but allow yourself to feel through it and to flow through it. So I'm sending love and wishing you well. Bye.